My question to us is this. Ask yourself this question. The reason why a lot of sicknesses is up on our people today, think about it. We say that a lot, the I don't know whether, I don't even know what the number is, but a lot of our people don't subscribe to the Bible. Why do our people don't subscribe to the Bible? Because think about it. If you look around in the real reality, real life today, they tell you to don't believe, or no, excuse me, I don't like using that word believe. They tell you to don't follow this book because this book is a fairy tale book, right? Don't people say that? But here's what I want to know. They do have in the Bible. It says, "Thou shalt." It says, "Thou shalt not." If you go in Deuteronomy 28, it talks about the curses, right? It tells you certain things. It tells you what you should do and what you should not do, right? Like, let me give you an example. Let's just knock the Bible out the equation. Although that is my first priority, is just to use the word of the Most High. But since we let's just leave, let's say the Bible out as our people would do. And I'm only doing this for the sake of our people who don't subscribe to the biblical book, right? Let's just throw that out of the equation. Let's look at these people, our next door neighbors right here, right? Now, if I have it in my mind, or if I say I want to take a stick or take a big brick and go over there and throw it in that car window and break that car window over there, just do it for no apparent damn reason or whatever. And then I turn around and take a brick and disrespect them people's home right there and go over there and bust up, just throw a big old uh brick through them people's windows and bust them people's windows and don't expect no repercussion behind that and say, oh, y'all can't do me nothing. Now, I'm knowing that's wrong, right? That's wrong. That my natural nature is telling me I'm knowing damn well I shouldn't do that, right? Because it's not right. Because I would have to be punished for that, right? If I went over there and took and just disrespected the hell out of them people and just took me a damn brick and just went over there and just say I did it because I just wanted to do it. You know who put themselves in that situation? I did. I did. Because I had no right is to go to these my neighbors, disrespect their home, people that haven't done nothing to me. Then what I'm trying to tell you that if I'm walking around trying to argue with these people over here, if I'm arguing with this brother or these people next door, these people over here, and they tell me, well, the reason why you actually went to prison or you went to whatever you did that, you put yourself in that situation. I can't sit up there and look at them stupid because until I don't want to hear that. Because look, the point I'm making is when let's just say if my people told me, my peers or my mother or somebody, or well, my father, he ain't, he not around. But let's just say somebody in the place of a father say, man, don't go over there doing that. I don't care how mad you get, don't go over there throwing no damn brick through them people's window over there because that would be that would be so goddamn disrespectful to do that because you're gonna wind up in jail, you're gonna wind up in here, you're gonna wind up there, and that this and that and the third or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But I can't get mad at other people and tell them you can't. You ain't nothing. Why are you talking to me? Don't be telling me that it's wrong to go over here and do that. I did that, and it ain't nothing y'all can do about it. It ain't nothing y'all can do about it. This and that. It ain't nothing I can do about it. You damn right. Guess what? I put myself in that situation, right? So it ain't a damn thing. Why? Why? My point is, why would I get mad with somebody for trying to warn me and tell me, man, if you do that, man, I'm telling you, you're gonna put yourself in hot water. You're gonna lose your freedom, your physical freedom, or you're gonna lose your freedom of coming in and out your door. You're gonna lose the freedom of going in and out your door. Don't go over there taking no goddamn brick and disrespecting the hell out them neighbors over there that ain't never did you shit, and just go over there and just take and just bust their windows out there out of it, and they throw a brick through their damn windows in their house, and then turn around and throw a brick and bust their car windows out. That would be fucked up. What I'm trying to say is, y'all can see the title. Why do our people have diabetes? That was my whole point in making this video. You know why people have diabetes? And I'm gonna do a video like this on the streets. It's because our people is hard-headed as fucking hell. They don't like listening to no kind of instruction. You see what I'm saying? You tell them don't eat this in, don't eat that. Like years ago, I was telling people, look, man, I eat veggie food. I eat, I'd rather eat me some bacon, even though I still ate a little chicken or whatever on the side every now and then. A lot of people back in the day would look at me crazy for telling them that they would look at me and damn near laugh. Like, man, you eating rubber? Man, I'm not eating that shit. I gotta have me some meat. This is what they used to tell me. And I was a baby then. I was like 17 years old at the time. And I was dedicated. I got dedicated when I first joined a religious organization before I came into the truth about the chosen people and Esau the white man and all that kind of stuff was the enemy, and God put us in these situations because our forefathers broke his laws. I was going right there to the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Louisiana, just going, dedicated, getting up going, no matter how hot it was. I put a suit on, walked in the damn heat because I was determined to get. I was dedicated into the faith. Now, uh, back in that time, there was a lady, elderly woman, was telling me, according to the Bible, what Israel should and should not eat. I didn't have very much understanding on why the name Israel was Israel back then. I just know they asked me, have you ever heard of a nation called God's chosen people? I said, no, I never heard of that. And I said, what does chosen mean? She said, well, chosen means that they was picked out is to keep God's laws and not break his laws. And as long as they kept these laws, they would not have these sicknesses that come upon them and stuff. And they went into telling me about the pork and stuff. And when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I want to do that. I just had such a desire is to do it. I thought I had all of the truth, but I didn't. The part about the pork, eating pork in the salad diet, that was fine, but I didn't know the deep truth. I was still following I was in the thought process of thinking that God loved everybody. You see what I'm saying? That was the only truth that I didn't know, because I'm thinking God loves everybody all over the whole world as long as they give their lives to the Most High. I didn't know anything about Gentiles. I didn't even know what the hell that meant at that time. Man, I didn't even know what it was. It was all foreign to me. So all I know is that I just had a desire, a strong desire and a passion for it. You see what I'm saying? And I just took heed to it. Like that makes sense. Just like that. Well, that makes sense. But my point in saying that is, when you go off and when you do wrong, if I go over there, if my family tell me, don't go over there to some neighbor's house over there and just take a damn brick and just disrespect the hell out your neighbors over there and just throw a brick through their damn window for no damn reason and just bust it with glass. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I say, oh, you don't tell me what to do, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm mad and pissed off. I'm just going to go and just take and just do this shit for no reason. Then guess what happened? I done bought trouble upon myself, right? I bought trouble upon myself. Now, do I have a right to sit around and blame my mother, my sister, my brothers? No, because they already warned me and told me what the consequences would be if I did that, right? So who to be mad at? I sure enough can't be mad at my family members, right? I sure enough can't be mad at everybody that warned me and told me what the consequences would be, right? So you know who I blame? I blame myself, because I'm the one. I have to accept responsibility of what I did. But see, what I'm trying to say is, a lot of our family, when they walk around heavy burden, toting a bunch of medicine, going to the doctors, wondering why they got diabetes, and they not realizing that they rebelled against God years ago, and God is just paying their ass and blowing and just making their enemies stack them up with a whole bunch of medication and stuff, and everything. Now they got to go take all that shit. Every time they go to the goddamn doctor, they got to go and take all that shit and go to the damn doctor and show the doctors all the damn medication that they taking, all because they disobeyed God and broke his laws, so they got to walk around with that heavy burden around them. You see what I'm saying? But when you tell our people, they're saying, oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But look what that I don't believe that got you, the situation it got you in. This got you told whole bunch of sacks of damn medicine going to the goddamn doctor. That was my whole point in saying all what I was saying here. All that shit has got you going to the doctor. You got to walk around with a heavy burden on, and then now your son got to hear them scorch you out. Baby, take care of your mama now. You see what I'm saying? Baby, I'm just making up something. And you're doing that. Let's say you're doing it. But the thing is, now you got to bear a heavy burden. You got to help your family bear that burden now. Even though you had nothing to do with it, you got to help them carry that burden that they done fucked up and done messed up when you done told them the whole time before they got themselves in that situation, don't do that shit. You're going to get fucked up. Don't do that shit. You're going to be toting a whole bunch of goddamn medication. Every time you go to the doctor, them doctors going to see every piece of medicine prescribed that they done prescribed for you. And the medicine that you take it, if it ain't doing you no good, they're going to load you up with some more and tell you, well, just continue to keep taking that. We're going to put you on dialysis now. We're going to do this and that and the third now. Why? Because your ass didn't listen when we tried to warn your ass. Just like my ass didn't listen when you tried to tell me, I'm just making an example out of it, is not to go over there and disrespect them neighbors over there and bust their damn car windows out or their house windows out in their house. Just disrespecting the hell out your neighbors. Got my ass sitting up in locked and chained down now in Esau's jail cell. And you know who I blame? Myself. So just like I'm blaming myself for that for my wrongdoing and the shit that you told me not to do of going over there and just disrespecting my neighbor's property and busting their windows out in their house or their cars or whatever, then I got to deal with the consequences, whatever decision that they make and they decide to do. Then guess who did that to themselves? I did that shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of our people, like I said, I'm going back to my original point, they got diabetes, and you got to go to the doctor, just like I said, and you got to tote 4 and 5 bags of medication, and you got to show them all the proof of the medication. Are you still taking all these different prescriptions? And you go to the doctor, and they say, well, these are not doing me no good, and then they turn around and put you on more medicine types of medication. Or we're going to put you on Stimorod and this and that, and you come back in the next 2 weeks and we're going to try that. Now they prescribing you medication after medication after medication, and it all come because of disobedience. But beforehand, you was arguing with your people. You was sitting up there arguing with your peers and telling your peers, oh, I don't believe that. Oh, that was the Old Testament stuff. I don't follow that. That's a cult. Y'all stupid. Y'all crazy for following that stuff. Just blaspheming the Most High all kinds of ways. 15 to 20 years later, now you diagnosed with some goddamn diabetes. Now you diagnosed with heart cancer. All this type of shit because you refuse to listen to your peers tell you that was trying to make sure you stayed healthy and shit. Now you walking around with diabetes. You walking around with high blood pressure. You walking around with a half one lung, barely can breathe or whatever. None of that, all that type of stuff. All because your ass didn't listen. Now, people say that they don't subscribe to the Bible, right? And I'm gonna say I think that was one of the first things I said earlier. People say they don't subscribe to the Bible, right? Okay, if in the Bible it tells you what you should and should not do, right? It tells you don't do this and don't do that. Like, for example, the Bible says in Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7, and though he divided the hoof and be clothed footed, but yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Their carcass shall ye not eat. their carcass shall ye not eat. And no, he says, their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean. He said, ye shall not touch it. That means don't do that. Simple. But somehow the Bible is a fraud, right? But you walking around the next 10 years, now you diagnosed with diabetes. So the Bible, now, if you see the evidence popping up on you and your sickness is popping up on your body, what does that tell you? That tells you that that book is real. But you just didn't pay it no attention. You just want to give me your own ideology and and fucked up understanding and way of thinking about it. So the Bible is still a fraud, right? But it told you before it happened. It told you before you got down sick, right? It told me before I got down sick. You told me before I went over there and disrespected the hell out of the neighbors and bust their damn house windows or car windows out. But I didn't listen. But you telling me that the Bible, the book, is a fraud, right? But plain as day. It's just like another example. If you go out there, if you go out there on the streets, right? You see the stop sign like at the end of the road. Let's say at the end of the road down there, right? Like y'all see that car? Let's say if I walk out there and I don't look not one either way going out there, and somebody tell me, look, you got to look both ways before you cross over. What do you think would happen to my ass if I went down there and didn't pay attention to the signs that was given to me? I'll get my ass knocked, I'll get my block knocked off in the goddamn air or something. Them cars will tear me, break my bones into 1,000 pieces at one time. You see what I'm saying? So how in the hell um is you gonna walk around here and do that? Oh, let me come on, because that music is in there. I want that music to get in there. Hold on. I had to come back here because there was too much. I mean, they had music and stuff and all this stuff out there. But the moral of this video is pay attention to the warning signs before you get down. Pay attention and listen to warning. Have y'all ever heard people say warning come before destruction? Well, you better take heed to it. You see what I'm saying? Just like they had a man years ago, he told me, he said, man, you're going to need that education. And I'm going to come back in another video and I'm going to talk about that. And I think this is a good topic. I think I'm going to keep that title in here for the time being because I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another part to this video. Why do our people have diabetes? That's the part one. Why do our people have diabetes? Part one. That's what I named the video. Now I'm out. And I'll see y'all later because it's a whole lot more I wanted to make sure I break down before I actually end this in. So I think this is a good topic. And we're going to come back and we're going to prove to you I'm going to prove to you through simple things that the Bible is a real book. All right.